Minnesota Fighting Vikings have a handful of dramas that will play out before the start of the 2023 regular season. What's going to happen with Zadarius Smith? What's going to happen with Danielle Hunter? As well as what's going to happen with star running back Dalvin Cook? And he is heading into his 28-year-old season. He does have 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, as well as 4 straight Pro Bowls. He does have some gas left in the tank, but the question is, what's going to happen with that contract? He's due $10.4 million. $2 million of it is guaranteed. Will the Vikings cut him? Is there some trade value for 2024 draft capital? Who knows? But it's gone back and forth, and the whole Dalvin posting him at the Pro Bowl covering up the Vikings logo is sort of like a passive shot. It's whatever. It's whatever. But I'm of two minds. I understand the value of keeping Dalvin, especially when this offense is going to be legit. I understand moving on, since the Vikings are pretty stacked at running back. But what's interesting is the socials always lead the way, right? And our guy Andrew Wrenchen, Infrared, pointed this out, that on the Vikings Twitter header, Alexander Mattison is prominent versus Dalvin Cook. And you would think that this would be the Dalvin spot, because look at the rest. I mean, it's Jefferson, it's Hawkinson, it's Kirk Cousins, it's the stars of the offense, and they're slating Mattison in as RB1, where that would usually be number 4, numero cuatro, Dalvin Cook. And now I understand, this is a state of journalism nowadays. We're not journalists, which is so great, because we could talk about stuff like this, which is funny, man. But also, people pointed out that on the schedule release, the Vikings put out wallpapers for the schedule or whatever. But Mattison was also featured in one of the schedule releases versus Dalvin. So that's super interesting as well. And yeah, Mattison would be the running back 1 if the Vikings cut or traded Dalvin. But like we said, this running back room is pretty stacked with King Kenny and Wangu, the number 1 kick returner in the National Football League. Could he be more of a running back versus just a return man? Ty Chandler is going to be that beautiful third down scat back, the pride of UNC as well as Tennessee. Dwayne McBride, 2-down tyrant coming out of UAB, got some more bounce for the ounce. I absolutely love his balance and agility, man. And with Dalvin, is something going to get worked out? Does he take a pay cut? Reportedly, he's not interested in it, but could he be released with a post-June 1st designation? Vikings would save $9 million in cap space. They would get back to 11 if and when he signs for more than $2 million per year because of offsets. So I don't know. I think that there's a decision to be had here in the next couple of weeks as we barrel towards June 1st, as we head towards mandatory minicamp. Obviously, Dalvin has been staying away from the team facilities. Same thing with Danielle Hunter. Same thing with Zadarius Smith. But this is pretty noteworthy, where usually, social and creative teams, they're given direction from the top. Which players to feature, which players not, and it's generally pretty embarrassing. If on your season tickets or programs or on your social medias, you're featuring a player who's not going to be on the team for the season. So, I mean, this doesn't mean that 100% Dalvin's going to be cut, but I think they're taking the safe route here just in case, because it's a non-zero chance that he's a Viking this year. Also, it's a non-zero chance that he's let go. So I guess we'll see what happens. But it is pretty noteworthy. Again, the schedule release, like we said, is the Super Bowl for social and creative teams for the franchises. So the fact that they made a concerted choice to have Mattison over Dalvin, on all the channels, which is super interesting and also a little bit noteworthy at this point, because obviously they didn't do that on their own, right? That obviously came from the top as a directive. So things are up in the air. And like I said, I do think that Dalvin has something left in the tank. I would prefer it if he took a pay cut, taking a page out of Harrison Smith's book, because he has a chance to be a part of something amazing here. Or if he gets cut, still signs with Miami, would still be running back 1 there, signs with Tampa Bay, which visit the Vikings at US Bank Stadium week 1, which would be hilarious. Obviously, he'd be running back 1 with the Buccaneers as well, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. The Vikings social media team features Alexander Mattison instead of Dalvin Cook. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.